juice? Who's got the juice? Smooth.
Hey! Happy birthday.
Welcome to our lockdown!
Hello, my juicy friends out there, whether you come from that way or that way and decided that, hang on, I better shut my door, bear with. Hello, my juicy friends out there, whether you come from that way or that way and decided the globe, it doesn't matter, you've all got the juice. 'Tis the month for my birthday, la 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 la. And this year could be considered as quite a big one, as I am now officially 21. I am a fully grown, sophisticated and mature lady adult. I'm a grown-up! And since this is considered to be quite a big birthday for me, I decided I wanted to do something special. Now, by reading your guys' comments, I've noticed some of you want me to try something different, something new, something fresh. You know, rather something other than something on the PS1, PS2 era that's a really colourful, goofy game, which are games that I love to cover. So, you know what? Recently I've been thinking, I've been having a bit of a resi phase recently, you know, when you just think about a game all the time or a series and you just want to play them and you just want to talk about them. So I decided that I could do a Resident Evil review. I mean, that's a bit different than a colourful, bright, happy game, isn't it? But then I didn't know which one to pick, because I've got ideas for all of the games. So I decided to pass down the vote to you on my Twitter page. And the winner, by an incredibly close call, by one so tight I couldn't even keep my pants on as my belly seemed to be bulging out with votes. And I know you guys already know the winner, but you know, come on, well, this is for suspense. Goes to... Resident Evil 7! Seriously guys, thank you all so much for those of you who participated. This was incredibly close and it was really exciting to do something like this. I might even do it again depending on the occasion and what the series is. So without further ado, let's talk about the most voted for game on my Twitter vote. Resident Evil 7! Nah, mate, you can't do that because it's not retro. Look, Retrosy, this is the game that everyone voted for, so I'm gonna cover it. Nah, I know your type. You just want to review this game because it's modern. You know what? You're just doing it for clickbait. I know your type, you just want to get all the views. Yeah, but this game isn't really considered new nowadays, as it's around 2 months old now, and a lot of things can happen in gaming in 2 months. I don't care. Nobody likes you, and no one's gonna watch this review. Nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody likes you. Oh, shut up. You should have stuck with retro thingamajiggies on your show. Nobody likes you. Just quickly, I am going to emphasise this here right now at the beginning before I start, but this is not a spoiler-free review. I really don't want you guys to watch this if you haven't played this already and then have spoilers because you've seen something you didn't want to see, or I've mentioned something you didn't want to mention, because there are some areas I do spoil. There are areas that I don't spoil, as I think you should really experience them for yourselves, but honestly, if you haven't played this game and you don't want any spoilers, then as much as I would love you to stay, do not watch this video. I don't want to risk upsetting any of you guys through the footage that I show or from what I talk about. So, with that warning out the way, let's go! Resident Evil 7 is the most recent installment from Capcom's Resident Evil series, which started with Resident Evil 1 in 1996, the same age as me. It was even first released in Japan and North America in March of that year, so you can see that something's happening here. And now in 2017 we have Resident Evil 7 being released in January on the PlayStation 4, PC and the Xbox One, and its reviews were pretty damn good, receiving on average 85%. Now warning you guys, this is a survival horror game, so you may be watching this and you may be so spooked that you pooped. In fact, some people were so scared that they were going to poop themselves that if you bought the game in certain stores, you got free nappies with it. I mean, come on, that's great! And that's how excited people were for this game. Let me quickly explain why everyone was so excited for this game. If you don't know the Resident Evil series by now, let's just say it's had its ups and it's also had its downs. This is a survival horror series, but oh, in some cases it really isn't survival horror. You start off with Resident Evil 1 to 3, which are games where you walk around in zombie-infected areas trying to survive and stop the evil corporation known as Umbrella. And you have to reserve your ammo as it's very limited, take care of your health, solve puzzles, and just survive. Survival horror, am I right? Then we had Resident Evil 4, which is a great game, but it started encouraging naughty behaviour from the Resi team. Resident Evil 4 is a lot more shooting than the other games, but it's also really spooky, having memorable characters, monsters, and areas. And the cheesy lines. We all love those cheesy lines.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Now, since this game was such a success, the team thought, guns! That's what everyone loves! Forgettable characters! Guns! As in the muscles, if you know what I'm saying. And guns! We need more action! That's what people love! Money! And just like that, Resident Evil 5 and 6 lost the two key words in this series. Survival and horror. And Resi lovers were gutted. To give you my perspective on the situation, I love Resident Evil because it terrifies me. I love nothing more than to play a horror game and have it strike fear in my heart because I love the thrill of it. I think it's great and it's something that I don't get from watching horror films. And Resident Evil 5 was a fun multiplayer experience, I'll give it that. I played it with my cousin, but 5 or 6 just weren't scary. Or memorable for that matter. And then, a demo was announced for a game that was so terrifying that no one could stop talking about it, and everyone was looking into the theories and all the little nooks and crannies to find out more about it. Not as much as PT though, in all honesty. I think that one had a bit more talk about it, but this demo, the most spooky one we've had so far in the year, was the Resident Evil 7 demo. And my god, when I played this game, I absolutely hated it. But that's why I love it! I hated it because it terrified me and it scared me so much. I haven't been that scared in ages. I was on my bed thinking, I do not like this, Sam I do not like green eggs and ham. Oh my god, I really don't want to go in that door. No, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Oh Jesus, what was that noise? That door is not a happy door. Why do I want to go in that door? No, that's bad, that's very bad. I can't see anything. This is what I had been striving for so long from a Resi game. I was so happy that I could actually say that this terrified me and it had the Resident Evil title. I sat on my bed and I was shitting myself. Quick note, Resi does not actually like shitting herself. And then the actual game came out and I loved it even more. Bloody hell, I just went on a whole Resident Evil rant just then. I'm sorry about that, I hope I didn't waste your time. But I think it's now time that I actually delve into the game that I said I was going to talk about. Resident Evil 7. This is the third time I've introduced the game, bloody hell. So the overall plot of this game is that you're a man called Ethan who is happily married to his wife Mia, and she sends you a video saying, oh hey baby, I have to go babysit stupid babies and I just want to be with you, oh my god. Why she sent him a video of this rather than a phone call or a text like a normal person is a bit odd, but then again her mouth is also very open, so I won't ask questions in case she bites me head off. But then we get another video from Mia being in trouble and telling Ethan to stay away, and then she goes missing. Also, her name is Mia. You know, like missing in action. Oh god! But then, 3 years after being missing, we get an email. Baker Farm, come and get me. Oh, really? Love, there isn't even an emoji on the email. I mean, come on, you can't write an email nowadays without plastering it in happy poopins. So off Ethan toodles to save his wife.
Hey dude, where you going?
To get Boyf.
What do you mean? He went missing 3 years ago.
Nah, Boyf is back and he wants me.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Rosie, just let him go. It's probably a trap.
Nah.
Rosie.
Boyf!
You're dead.
But since there is actually so much to this plot, let me try and quickly summarise it for you. So Ethan has gone to pick up his wife Mia, who turns out is being held captive by the Bakers, a psychopathic family who seems to kill anyone who tries to disrupt their family life. So Ethan toodles in, finds Mia, but she's nuts, then Mia transforms into a demon and tries to kill you, chops off your hand, whoops, and then you're with the family. But then you insult them as you don't eat their dinner, and Mr. Baker's like, this was supposed to be a special feast, boy, and Marguerite's like, I made that for him, Jack, he didn't eat it, ah, you son of a bitch! So they decide they want to kill you as you're not going to join their family. Then you get informed that the family and Mia are infected with something and you need to make a serum to fix them. So you make the serum with disgusting body parts, learn about a girl called Evelyn who who the Bakers adopted, find out that Mia wasn't babysitting at all and was instead an agent to keep Evelyn under control as she has mold powers after being experimented on by Umbrella by claiming to act as the girl's mother, but Evelyn learns about this and is pretty fucking pissed off that she doesn't have a real family as she never had a real mother, so is now obsessed with family life. So she killed everyone on a boat, and then you need to stop her and save the Baker family as Mr. Baker says, "We didn't want to kill people, boy. She did this to us. Save our souls." And so you need to save everyone at the end of the day. So let's ask for our missus back and, you know, maybe have a cheeky cup of tea with the Bakers. Oh, there's someone. Hello, mister. I'm trying to break into this house. Can you help me? No? Okay. Meet our first threat in the game. The one and only, the famous Mr. Baker! In this game you have 5 main threats. First of all you have the Bakers, who consist of Jack Baker, who I always just call Mr. Baker, who's the father of this family and chases you around the house with big fucking weapons! Marguerite Baker, who's the missus and sends horrible bugs on you. Lucas Baker, who's the son, who dresses like a chav, but he's also a great engineer, so he provides you with life-threatening puzzles, which, even though there was really only one puzzle you solve, I still enjoyed it, but I would have liked much more. And Grandma. Just call her Grandma, she's chilled. Hey girl, you doing alright there? Yeah? Adalas. And you also have the main monsters, who are known as mold creatures. These guys remind me of zombies, lickers, regenerators, and leech monsters. And they're made of mold. These guys are deadly. Whenever you're in a room that's filled with mold, expect a mold monster to either come out of the wall, crawl out of gaps, just stand in front of doors, or drop from the ceiling. Jesus, Mr. Baker, you could really do with some black mold remover. And there are even different variations of these mold creatures. Let's start off with the standard mold creatures, who are a lot like zombies. They slowly walk towards you and they just try to swipe and bite you, but sometimes they do this extending arm attack, and every time they do that I'm like, no, you bastard! In fact, here's one in depth. Wasn't that lovely? Then you have the basic mold creatures, but a lot more powerful as they have a mighty mold sword as an arm. And if you get hit by it, it stings like a bitch. Then you have the ones which crawl on the floor, reminded me a lot of the lickers from Resident Evil 2, as they're quick, powerful, and they jump towards you. And then you have these fatties, who throw up on you. Go home, mold, you're drunk. And the best way to kill these guys, just like in the old Resident Evil ways, is to shoot them in the head. Now this is where my biggest disappointment lies with this game. These are your monsters. Just these mold creatures. All of the other Resi games have at least a bit of variety to them and new threats being chucked at you all the time. I mean, remember the hunters? Just as when you're getting used to the zombies and you think, yeah, I'm gonna play this game like a pro now. Boom! A muscular amphibian lizard on steroids. But here, the mold monsters are all we get. However, I will say that even though I was saddened by these being your only monsters, the Bakers themselves make up for it. Fun fact, but when I was actually doing the first draft of this review, I spent 3 pages talking about the Baker family alone. That's how much I love them and that's how much I have to talk about them. So I had to cut all of it out or else this review would go on for way too long, but my god do I love them. They're intimidating.
You'll need that serum? Ooh, baby. You're gonna have to come through me. You hear?
Violent. Nuts. And just flat out amazing. You guys have no idea how much my heart melted at this moment. And one of the main reasons they're so threatening is not only because they can catch you at any moment. Oh, fuck! But also because they're pretty much immortal. It turns out that Evelyn, the girl who they adopted, gave the family a gift, which not only allows her to control them and make them all moldy. Why does mold suddenly appear whenever you are near? This is so stupid. But also to some extent makes them immortal. All you've got to do is find their weak spot in battles and attack it. The boss battles in this game basically consist of the family members, apart from Lucas.
I forgot to mention, there's also another Baker called Zoe who's also infected with the gift, but much like Mia, she wants you to help her be cured from it, so she helps you throughout the game.
But I like to say there are mainly only 3 boss battles. Mr. Baker, which is my favourite boss battle, as I had so much fun battling him with a bloody chainsaw, and he also put up a pretty good fight. Welcome to my family, boy.
Okay.
Mr. Baker, don't you dare push me into this pit! He's pushed me into the pit!
Running around at Mr. Baker. Ow, I thought he was gonna hit the thing. Marguerite Baker, who ends up forming into a spider creature.
By the way, I really hate spiders.
And her weak spot is shooting her in the crotch. I haven't felt this uncomfortable in a game in so long. And I've also never seen anyone poop their pants so much at a jump scare than this moment on What Up Streams. Yeah, go upstairs.
Remember the last time when I walked up the stairs and I got caught?
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
Don't you worry, none!
And the final form of Mr. Baker, which I found quite tragic as he cries. Look, Mr. Baker, I'm really sorry about that, but her spidery mouldy crotch was all in my face. But I will admit this boss battle was pretty easy, as all you had to do was avoid his attacks and shoot him in the eyes. It kinda reminded me of Resi 4. There are other battles, but I don't really consider them as boss battles, as one of them just introduces you to these big farts. And the final boss, warning, I'm literally gonna show you the final boss here, so if you don't want to see it, BRB! Wasn't really a boss in my eyes, as you literally just walk towards Evelyn as she tries to push you away, but it really doesn't do much damage to you, and then you get a big bloody face which you just need to shoot. But I will warn you, if you don't have the correct weapons and a good amount of ammo on you, expect to die here as it literally just drops you in it. Speaking of your inventory, it's just like a good old Resi game. Throughout the game you will find health, weapons and items which will help you throughout the game. But as always, you only have a limited amount of room on you until you upgrade your backpack. So you better find safe rooms with inventory boxes to store all of your random shit.
That shit you're carrying? Get rid of it.
But you can also quickly equip certain items with the directional buttons. Please use this for your weapons! This is so when you're in a heated war with mold and mad families, you can quickly change your weapon if need be. Because if you try to do it via your inventory, guess what? The game doesn't pause. Now when I was organising my inventory, you know, like you do in a Resident Evil game, this is where I came across one of my main problems I had with this game. At first, I wanted to equip my herbs and medicines to a directional button, but there is actually already a button dedicated to your medicine, which, by the way, is strong enough to heal a sword offhand that is later stapled back onto your arm and is still fully functioning. Doctor! Please come out!
About the spike.
But the button. Out of all the buttons you could possibly use to use your medicine quickly, is R1. For the PlayStation anyway, but you get the premise. The R1 button can be widely associated with using like attack or shoot or some sort of weapon type thing. So of course when you're in a panic state and you're not even thinking about what buttons you're pressing, you're just naturally pressing buttons. Ah, more monster! Oh my god, I just used a health bottle. But my health was completely full and I just wasted a medicine! You make your medicines as well as your ammo by mixing herbs, gunpowder and other sciencey things with chemical fluid. Normal chemical fluid makes normal medicine and ammo, and you also have an advanced chemical fluid which gives you a stronger medicine and more powerful ammo.
Which, trust me, you will need for some enemies.
You also find loads of notes and stories about the characters and the plot, which really took me back to finding documents in the older Resi games, and I absolutely loved it. The puzzles in this game are also very reminiscent of the series. You need to find pieces to unlock a door, find certain keys to open certain doors, get a broken shotgun to get an actual shotgun, I mean, come on! And for some puzzles you can actually play through a videotape in order to help you solve it, and these tapes also give you like little hints about the plot and everything, and I thought that was such a refreshing idea. And finally, one of the key elements to a Resi game, the music. There is hardly any music! I mean, you do get music throughout the game, but it's so subtle and it's so intense with the moment that it just sort of all blends in together and you don't even realise it. It helps enhance your emotions.
You know what they say, once family, always family.
That is apart from one song, the safe room music. Oh, thank you, you, Resident Evil 7. Thank you so much for giving me the ease of the safe room music again. Having hardly any music apart from the main one that stands out to you being the safe room music. You know, when you can feel at ease, safe and happy. Thank you so much, Resident Evil 7. You know the safe room music's done well when every time you walk into that room, you breathe out a little bit in relief or just say, ah. But it's still quite eerie. You never feel 100% relaxed. You still have to go out there and face the horrors, and that thought alone really doesn't make me want to go outside. You also have the main theme, which is Go Tell Aunt Rhody, which I actually thought was a really good choice in song, as it's pretty damn eerie and kind of has like the child innocence to it, which reflects Evelyn. I don't know, I just thought it was really good. Go tell Aunt Rhody, go tell Aunt Rhody, go tell Aunt Rhody that everybody dies. And the mansion itself? Very Resident Evil 1. I adored it. Look at it, it looks so pretty and gorgeous! And the garden? Also very Resident Evil 1-y. I loved it. But one thing that wasn't actually very Resi-y, but I thought it worked really well for this game, was the fact that it's in the first person perspective. All of the other games have been in the third person perspective, but this time, we're in the action. Mr. Policeman, please, come on, it's me, your buddy Professor Juice. Come on, man, just give me the gun. Come on, give me the gun. Give me the gun. Give me the goddamn gun. Give me the goddamn gun, you dick! No, Mr. Baker. No, don't drive me into that thing. No, it looks horrible. No! This makes the game still as intimidating as the others, but in a different way, as you're here. In the mansion. You can see the paintings, see the rotten food, walk through the labs of Umbrella, experience the dark rooms, and react there and then to the horrible sounds! Which are very horrible, I may add.
Oh, it's getting slow.
I hear breathing.
I can't go any faster.
I hear breathing. I hear...
Oh, no! It's Mia.
It's Mia, it's like... Hello, Mia. And so, that's my review of Resident Evil 7. To summarise it for you, I absolutely loved it. I was talking about this game at work, I was talking about it at home, I was talking about it to my friends who didn't care, and I was even dreaming about it. Seriously, I had like 3 dreams about this game, and one night I genuinely couldn't sleep very well because of it. The only annoying thing is that since I played this over on BuddyGames, we only played this game once a week, but I wanted to play it all the time. I just loved it so much, I was obsessed with it. This game has most definitely got the juice. I tell you what, I absolutely love this game, and I even love reading about other people's experiences with it and seeing them as well. So tell me please, if you guys have got any experiences with this game, put it in the comments because I would love to hear about them. And if not, then please join the family and play Resident Evil 7.
Welcome to the family, son.
You know what, I'd say this has been a pretty good month for my birthday, but it's not fully over yet. I have one more gift I have yet to open from one of my juicy friends out there who actually donated me this game whilst I was at work. So I'll see what that is in my next review. I'm also wearing my Raccoon City jumper in case you can't see it, because I love this jumper and it's great. But I so also happen to film on the only day this winter that seems to be really nice and sunny, so I'm pretty hot right now.
You're dead.
He just face planted.
Face planted into the chair. Awesome.